So, crush. I always thought it was go crunch. Okay. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video I'm going to be doing my top 30 WW must-have food items. So I've done this video before, and I figured it's been almost a year now since I made the last one, so I might as well make an updated version of it. I have a few of the same things on the list as last time, but I also have a lot of new things because we've really mixed up what we've been eating. We've tried a bunch of different things and found other things that have worked better for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my updated list of my top 30 WW items with points and also calories. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And let's get started. So first thing I wanna say is these food items that I'm listing, some of them are like vegetables and stuff, but this does not include all of the fruits and vegetables. This is all packaged things that we buy and have incorporated, and yeah, it's what works for us. So I just want to say this isn't just what I eat, but these are my basics. These are a lot of the snacks that I like to go to all the time. A lot of just the different ingredients that help me build meals. So I'll explain as we go through, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first thing I'm starting out with is low-carb tortillas, and I'm actually going to cover 3 brands really quickly because they've just been a staple in my journey pretty much from the beginning. The first ones we really tried out were the Extreme Wellness. Love those. I really prefer those air fried, but they also bake really well. I don't have them with me, but I like the smaller size, which is 1 point for one of them. I'm not sure on the calories, but they also have a larger size that is 2 points for one wrap. So those I really like to use. But I also really like the Tomorrow brand. So this is the premium white. This is 1 point for one, 60 calories. They have a few other flavors like the 9 grains and seeds. My favorite is actually the Everything Bagel, which is one of their larger wraps, and that one's 2 points. So that's another brand that I really enjoy. And then, oh wait, I actually have the Everything Bagel. These are the Everything Bagel. This is 2 points for one, or 80 calories. And then the last brand that I use the most frequently is definitely the La Banderita Carb Counter tortillas. These are actually new. They have a larger size now, so this is 80 calories or 2 points for one, but they also make a regular size tortilla that I buy all the time as well. I just am out of them right now. So those have been so good for air fried wraps. I like to make those as lunches. I use them for tacos for dinner or enchiladas or fajitas, whatever type of meal we're gonna be making. I use those all the time. I have them almost daily. They're also really good for breakfast burritos. So those are a staple in my grocery list. Like, I am using those all the time. Then the next thing that I have is the Protein Plus pasta from Barilla. So I only have the angel hair today, but I also really like the elbows. This is just another low point thing that I can make meals out of that is really filling. So usually I think we do like a 3-ounce serving. The serving size is for 2 ounces. 2 ounces is 190 calories and 4 points. I think it scans wrong if you scan it, but it's 4 points for that serving. So usually we have like a 7-point serving when I make it, but very filling and very good. We actually really like the angel hair. And again, it's really easy to add like a 0 point or 1 point, 2 point sauce to it and really add veggies and chicken and bulk up a meal that's like super big, super filling, and really good. So we really like this brand and their protein pasta. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about I don't have, but that is lean turkey, 99% lean specifically. That's still the meat that I probably use the most. I've been buying more like chicken breasts and stuff, but we love 99% lean turkey because it's 0 points, and I make turkey burgers, I make meatballs, ground turkey meat, pasta sauce. Like, we do so many different things with it, and it's really easy to incorporate for 0 points. So it's filling, high in protein, and we always have that stuff on hand. Of course, I don't right now because we just used it, but I always buy that stuff when I go to the store. Okay, the next thing that I always have on hand and I use all the time in a bunch of different dishes is tomato sauce. And I like this because it's 0 points. It is 20 calories for a quarter cup, but I love to make dipping sauce. I love to make pasta sauce. I use this in chili and different soups. So this is just like a staple that I always have in the cabinet because, like I said, it's 0 points and you can use it to do so many things and really create a low point meal. Next up is Ezekiel bread. So They have a bunch of different flavors, but our favorite is definitely the sesame. And I don't know, I've never been a big fan of bread that has like seeds and stuff on it, but I love sesame seeds, so that's why I like that this has the seeds. It is 80 calories for one slice, or 1 point. If you have 2 slices, it goes up to 3 points, but definitely worth it for a bread. It's really flavorful. It's just a really good option to have for toast, for sandwiches. We've even made like French toast out of it and stuff. So there's a lot you can do with this, and we use it all the time. Next up is protein shakes. So I don't have my favorite with me. I actually just used that last one too, but this is what I'm talking about. So this is the Fairlife brand. It has 30 grams of protein. It's 3 points, 150 calories. And my favorite is this Quest salted caramel, but I've also really been liking the Fairlife. What I like to do is make my protein coffees with this. So I use 2 or 3 shots of espresso, a scoop of collagen. I like to use the Bloom chocolate or vanilla, and then I pour in a protein shake with ice. And that's my protein coffee for 4 points, with the collagen is a point, and this is 3. So I just really like these. This is something that I've been using from the beginning of my journey. I used to have it every day for breakfast. I don't have it every day now because there are times when I just have regular hot coffee, and I don't like to use these with that. I like to use like different skinny syrups and stuff, but I use these all the time still, and they really do help kind of fill me up a little bit, but also satisfy my coffee craving. So I love protein shakes. Okay, next up I have reduced fat cheese, and in the beginning of our journey we started using fat-free cheese, but I really do notice a difference using just the reduced fat instead of the fat-free. I used to use fat-free cheese all the time, but I found that it wasn't making us feel the best. It was kind of making our stomachs upset. So I started buying from Trader Joe's their light cheeses, which they have this blend that has mozzarella, Monterey Jack, and cheddar cheese. They also have a Mexican blend, and they also have their light mozzarella. So the mozzarella is 2 points for the serving, and then the other 2 are 3 points for the serving. 80 calories for a quarter cup, which is a normal ounce serving. And I use this stuff in everything. This is pretty much the only cheese I use now is the Trader Joe's reduced fat, or if I can't get to Trader Joe's, a few other stores like Meijer has a few different brands of it, but I just prefer this for the flavor, for how well it melts. I use this on everything, like I said, quesadillas, pizza bakes, bowls, sandwiches, wraps, everything. So this stuff is essential for us. Okay, next up I have nuts and more. So this stuff is my favorite. This has been so helpful when it comes to satisfying my sweet tooth. I have this all the time with apples. That's probably what I have it with most. Sometimes I'll have it with like pretzels or just by the spoonful or banana or something, but I really love it with Honeycrisp apples. So these are just 2 of my favorite flavors I have right now. This is Toffee Crunch and chocolate chip cookie dough. It's 5 points for 2 tablespoons of the toffee crunch and 6 for the cookie dough because there's lots of chocolate in it, which I love. It's just so good. And so this one's a little thicker, but it works well just like scooped on apples, whereas this one, the toffee crunch, I can actually drizzle it on apple nachos, and that has become like my all-time favorite dessert is apple nachos. So nuts and more is awesome. It's 190 calories for 2 tablespoons or 200 for the chocolate chip cookie dough. I don't use regular peanut butter like ever anymore. I use this even if I make like my apple dip, which has peanut butter in it. I like to use some of this. So this stuff is really good, and it's just become like my go-to sweet treat on my journey. Okay, the next thing that I eat all the time and has really helped me on my weight loss journey is hummus. And I have never been a big fan of hummus. I don't like the basic just plain chickpea hummus, honestly. I like it when it's flavored, and I've found that I like different types. So what I mean is like this one is a carrot hummus, sriracha carrot. It's from Lantana. It is so good, and it is only 1 point for 2 tablespoons or 50 calories. I put this on wraps all the time and in bowls, and it's just a filling low point food that I can add to different dishes. So this is another one that we've really been liking. This is the boar's head, artichoke, and spinach. This one I use on wraps mostly, but again, I could even use this as like a pasta sauce or something. I've done that before. It's really good. This one's 70 calories for 2 tablespoons or 2 points. And then my all-time favorite, which I don't have, is the Lantana black bean hummus. That one is 1 point for 2 tablespoons, and I just love it on wraps with Laughing Cow. It is so good. So hummus is a really easy way to bulk up meals with not adding a lot of points, and that's why I really enjoy it. Okay, number 10, we are on to Kodiak Bear Bites. So I love graham crackers and Teddy Grahams, and different things like that. And this stuff is my favorite. This is the honey flavor. They're pretty much like protein Teddy Grahams. They are bigger and that's why I like them, and they're crunchier, but they are 120 calories for 15 pieces, 5 grams of protein, and this is just one of my favorite snacks. If I'm hungry and nothing sounds good, but I know I need to have just like a quick snack, I can always have these and I always want them. So they have them in chocolate and cinnamon as well, but the honey is by far my favorite flavor, and it's 4 points for that serving. So it's a really good low point crunchy snack. Okay, the next thing I have is Greek yogurt tzatziki. So this one's from Aldi. Most of them I get are from Aldi, but I've also gotten a few others that we still really like. This is 2 points for 2 tablespoons. It's got 40 calories, and it's, like I said, made with Greek yogurt. So what I like to do is I just put it on bowls. That's probably what I do the most. It's so good. I put it on bowls, I put it on pitas, I just have it with chicken. It's just such a flavorful way, and you really don't need that much, but it gives like a little bit of a sauce to the rice bowls I make and tons of flavor. So this one's cucumber dill. They have a few other flavors at Aldi, but like I said, you can find a Greek yogurt tzatziki a lot of places. Meijer actually has one that's even lower in points, and I love it. So I always have some of this stuff on hand. Okay, next up, I actually am out of it right now, but I have a few others that I'm gonna show, but just having a good breaded chicken is really important for me because a lot of times I kind of get burned out of having grilled chicken, and I really enjoy breaded chicken and breaded chicken nuggets. So these are 2 examples that I really like, but the one I wanted to talk about is the gluten-free Trader Joe's one. That's like my all-time favorite at the moment, and the one that I've been using most recently, but it's hard to find sometimes. But Purdue, I've been eating from the beginning of my journey. I really enjoy their gluten-free line. I don't know what it is, but the breading is so good and crunchy, and these are really good in the air fryer. So for 3 ounces, it's 180 calories or 5 points, and I like to add this to mac and cheese, pasta, pitas, wraps, so many different things, even breakfast burritos, it's so good on. And then this is another one. This is Just Bare. This one's from Costco. It's 160 calories for 3 ounces and 4 points for 3 ounces. So those, like I said, it's important for me to have a low point option like that I can really mix things up with and have something other than grilled chicken all the time. I eat those all the time and they're really, really good. Okay, then next up, I use this stuff all the time. I usually buy 1 to 2 bags when I go to the store. This is the Green Giant Riced Veggies. It's the cauliflower and sweet potato mix. So for me now, this is actually 0 points. It used to be 3 for the bag, but because we chose sweet potatoes as our 0 point food, it's now 0 points. And I can't just have plain cauliflower rice, but for some reason this with the sweet potato, it bulks it up, it gives it a little bit more texture, and it works so well for making fried rice, Spanish rice, just any type of rice that we make. That's probably what I use it for the most. But what I like to do with this is I will make the dish, and then I'll also add in a little bit of jasmine rice or something so that I feel like I'm getting a little bit more. It's a little bit more filling, but this is the base and it's 0 points. And I'm not kidding, I buy this stuff all the time. It is so good. Next up, we have Light and Fit Greek yogurt. This is vanilla, although my favorite flavor is the toasted coconut vanilla, but they were out of it. So vanilla, it's 2 points for 1 container, 80 calories, and 12 grams of protein, which is why I really like to have this as a snack. It's filling, it's got a lot of protein, so it's satisfying. I like to add blueberries or granola, or both usually. And I also like to make apple dip out of it, which is just a really filling sweet snack. So I always have this stuff on hand, and it's just really convenient in the little serving size for 2 points. It's a really good sweet snack, and sometimes I'll even have it as a dessert. Okay, the next item I have is these Little Potato Company mini potatoes. We discovered them, it was probably like a year ago, so we've been consistently eating them since, but potatoes are actually now a 0 point food for us, which they didn't used to be, so this is now 0 points. But it is 60 calories for the 4 ounce serving, which is a quarter of the container. And we love these. I love to put them in the microwave for 5 minutes, and then I throw them in the air fryer, and that way the insides are cooked enough, but it still gets pretty crispy in the air fryer. But I also like just throwing them on the grill. Some of them even come in like a grill container, but I have a nice grated container that I can cook on the grill with that I just toss these potatoes in. I use a little bit of olive oil spray and some seasoning, and it is the perfect side dish. And I've also been using the leftovers because a lot of times we don't eat this whole thing. I'll use the leftovers the next day in a bowl or as like a breakfast bowl. So I have really started buying these all the time. We eat these all the time, and These ones specifically have like a garlic parsley seasoning. A few of them have different seasoning packets, or if you just buy the bags of them, they don't have a seasoning, but they are just as good. So these are something really good to just have on hand. Then this is another one of my favorite snacks. So this is love corn, and these are just like crunchy corn nuts, and this flavor specifically is sea salt. I don't have my favorite with me, which is the barbecue, but it's 120 calories for 1 ounce, and it's got 4 grams of fat, 2 grams of protein. It is, this whole bag actually, which is a serving and a half, is 5 points. So you can have a good amount for not a lot of points, which is what I like. I like how crunchy they are. They're really flavorful. And these I like to add to, like if I'm having a bag of Skinny Pop, I'll throw some of these in just for a little extra crunch. And it is like one of my favorite snacks. So these are very good. I haven't found any other brands. Love Corn is just the one that's been easiest for me to find. I really like their flavors, and so that's why we really enjoy these. Okay, this isn't specifically like a food item, but this is Swerve brown sugar. This stuff is awesome. I love it. I love to use it for baking. It is such a good substitute for brown sugar, and it's 0 points. It's got 0 calories. It's perfect for like a 1-to-1 ratio with brown sugar, so I just use it in so many different recipes, and I don't know, it's something that I always have on hand now. It is pretty pricey, but to me it's something that's worth it so that I can incorporate more desserts. I like to use it for like apple bread, banana bread, cinnamon rolls, even like baked oats sometimes, and just different things like that. So this stuff is awesome if you can find it. You can also order it online, but since I found this, I have not stopped buying it and using it. I just really love it. Then next up, I have non-fat Greek yogurt. I want to say this was in my last video. This is something that I, again, always have. Chobani brand specifically. We have not tried any other brands because we love Chobani and how good it works with all the recipes I make. So 2-ingredient dough is definitely what we use it for the most, but then I use it to make different like tuna salad, chicken salad. We use it to make different dressings or dips. Like there's so many different things you can use this for. And before, I don't know, we would try to just like completely substitute it. I would use it as just like sour cream. And to me, that just wasn't a 1-to-1 like substitute. It didn't work. But when you mix it in different recipes, when I use some of this with a little bit of light mayo, it really covers up that strong Greek yogurt taste, which honestly, I don't mind that much. But I know some people are like more picky about that. But for me, it covers that up, and it's just such a good low calorie option. It's actually 0 points for us on our plan. It's 90 calories for 3/4 cup and 16 grams of protein. So this stuff is awesome. And like I said, we haven't tried any other brands, so Chobani's just been our favorite. Next up, I have Kashi Go. So this one is the peanut butter crunch. This is by far my favorite. They also have a chocolate that I really like, a cinnamon. I think they have a berry, but I don't know if we've tried that. But this stuff is the perfect topper for my yogurt. What I'll do is I'll weigh out the serving I want in grams. So I've never really used like the 3/4 cup serving, which is 220 calories. It's got 10 grams of protein, and I want to say it's 7 points. But usually I'll try to just weigh out a 2-point serving, and that's the perfect amount for crunch on my yogurt. So this is a staple. We've been buying this every time since we found it, and we both just use it all the time. I really like it for yogurt, or even just like a quick snack. I'll take a little handful and have some of this. It's really good. Okay, next up, this has still just remained my all-time favorite brand of protein bar. So Barabel's, this is the caramel cashew flavor, although I have to say, I've always said this is my favorite, and now it's kind of changed. Holiday Crisp is by far the best flavor, but that is limited edition. They're already gone, so I'm sad about that. But Cookies and Cream has been my go-to lately. I've really been enjoying that one. So the bar is 6 points. Some of them are 5 points. It's 200 calories, 20 grams of protein, and to me, they just taste like a candy bar, and that's why I love them. I like to have them after the gym. They're really convenient. If you bring them in your car and it's cold out, they're even better when they're cold, so that's what I like to do after the gym. But I also like to have them sometimes for a dessert, or if I know I'm not gonna have time to make a meal, I'll just grab one, and I find that they keep me full until I'm able to have a full meal. So Barabel's are the best. I usually get them at Trader Joe's, or I order them online. Next up, we have Banza. So this is a chickpea pasta. The other one that I had mentioned before was not chickpea, so it definitely tastes more like a normal pasta. This one has a slight chickpea taste, but To us, it's not noticeable enough that we would like not eat this. We love this stuff. It's a good texture. There are a few that do fall apart when you boil them. So the wheels, the alphabet, I do not recommend those, but the cavatappi, the elbows, the penne, the spaghetti, like they have a bunch of them that are so good. They're very low point. It's 4 points for the 2-ounce serving. So a lot of times Adam and I will just split the box and I'll have an 8-point serving of 4 ounces of pasta, and that's dry, 4 ounces dry. For the 2-ounce serving, it's 190 calories, it's 11 grams of protein, and with Banza, the difference is that you're getting more protein, more fiber, and fewer carbs. So that's the benefits of it. You're eating chickpeas, which is just better in general, and that's why we like to have this. So if you're not picky about the slight chickpea flavor, I highly recommend these. I know it's kind of hit or miss. People love them or they hate them, but we love them. Next up, I have pretzel crisps. So these are just the 2 flavors I happen to have right now, although my favorite flavor is honey mustard and Adam's is buffalo, but these I use all the time. I've been eating them from the beginning of my journey. The serving is 10 crackers for 100 calories. This one's the same. 11 crackers for 110 calories, so same. It's 3 points for that serving, and I just use them for different dips. I use them for tuna, chicken salad, just a salty snack. Like if I'm going hiking even, sometimes I'll pack a bag of these. They're just something that is always a good salty crunchy snack, and like I said, they have so many flavors. They even have a cinnamon sugar one that is a really good dessert, so I always have these on hand. And we like to get the big bag from Sam's Club. Okay, so next up I have chicken sausages, and there are so many different brands that we like, but I have 2 to show today. This is from Trader Joe's. I'd say Trader Joe's are probably our favorite because they have a good variety of different flavors and they're always just really good. And then this one's Good and Gather from Target. So these are apple and Gouda, and then this one's sun-dried tomato. But my favorite is actually the jalapeno from Trader Joe's. And then there's also Belinsky's, which has a good low point, like pepper sausage. So I really like those. And these are 3 points for 1 link, or 110 calories. They've got 11 grams of protein, and chicken sausage is just something that I can add to a meal. Sometimes I don't have like fresh meat. I don't have chicken breast or ground turkey or stuff like that. And so then I'll base a meal around throwing in a chicken sausage or something. Maybe if it's like pasta, I'll use those for that. I like to use them in bowls, or just like a quick snack wrap. I'll use one of those low carb tortillas, some veggie mix, and one of those chicken sausages, and it is the best snack. So I like to use chicken sausages for a bunch of different things, and it's just easy to mix them up all the time because they have so many different flavors and brands that offer them, and it's a good low point, low calorie option with a good amount of protein, so they're filling. Next up, I have rice, and specifically jasmine rice. So I've really been liking the brown jasmine rice from Trader Joe's, but I also just like their regular jasmine rice, and it's just something that I always have prepped. I make it in bulk in my rice cooker, and then I just keep it in these containers in the fridge throughout the week, and that way I can make bowls from it. Or like I mentioned before, if I'm gonna add it to like a cauliflower rice dish, I'll use a little bit of that then. But it's just such an easy way to add something filling to a meal. I find like if I were to just have the bowl without the rice, it doesn't fill me up the same and keep me satisfied, but if I have a full bowl, it will keep me full for hours, and it is so delicious, so filling, and really I can keep it pretty low point. So usually I'll use like a 5 or 6 point serving of rice, and I like to just weigh it out in grams on my scale. Okay, next up I have Laughing Cow. So I use Laughing Cow all the time. I use it on wraps, like I mentioned. So I'll do the wrap with hummus and Laughing Cow and then chicken and veggies, and it is just so good air fried. Sometimes I'll use these to make a pasta sauce or like a mac and cheese type thing, and then that's really good. I've used them for filling in crab rangoons or buffalo chicken. So this flavor is the pepper jack, and then I really like the light as well, but they're 1 point for a slice. It's 30 calories for one and 2 grams of protein. And like I said, they're good on crackers, pretzel crisps. They're good as just a snack or as an ingredient in different meals. Okay, next up I have avocado cups. And this is something a little bit more recently, like in the past few months. Well, I guess since the change in WW. We've been eating a lot more avocado, and we realized how much we really like it. So these cups make it really easy because they last in the fridge. You can actually freeze them, and they're 2 points for the cup. So 90 calories, it's got a gram of protein, and they're just like the perfect size serving. to spread on toast, to add to a bowl, to have with tacos. We just add them to a bunch of different things. And I like to add sometimes maybe more like onion or tomato to make it kind of like guacamole, and then some different seasonings. But a good low point option. If avocado is your 0 point food, these would be 0 for you. And yeah, we really like these. Next up, I have roasted red peppers. So this one I got from Walmart, but I like to get the Trader Joe's as well. Roasted red peppers are one of my favorite foods, I swear. They are so flavorful. They add so much to a dish. It's 10 calories for 8 pieces is how they label it, but I don't track this because it's 0 points for me. I use them in pasta, I use them in bowls, I use them on wraps and eggs. Like there's so many different things you can use them. Even on sandwiches, they're so good. I think I probably like them in pasta the most, and of course bowls, but it's just something that you can add to bulk up a meal that doesn't add a lot of calories or points, and that's why I love these. Next up, I have cashews. So cashews are high in points, but I love them, and there's something that to me it's worth using my weeklies on. I've been eating them from the beginning of my journey, and I just love them. So I'm gonna keep incorporating them, and I just have a few favorites here that I'm gonna show you. So these are my all-time favorite. These are the chili and garlic cashews from Trader Joe's. It's 170 calories for a quarter cup, 13 grams of fat, and 5 grams of protein, and that serving is 6 points. So like I said, it's a high point serving, but this is one of my favorite things to have, like maybe before a workout or before I'm gonna go skate. It's something that actually is kind of filling and satisfying, but it is higher in point, like I said, so it's worth the points. I use my weeklies for it. I also found these snack packs at Aldi that are only 100 calories, which there isn't that big of a serving in them, but they are 3 points for the packet. And again, it's something so convenient for me to take hiking. Like I said, they're filling, and I don't know, it's just a snack that I really like to incorporate. I have them pretty much daily. And then I also like to get some sweet ones. So these are the coconut cashews from Trader Joe's as well. And they also have them at Aldi. They're really good. But 170 calories, 6 points, and 5 grams of protein for a quarter cup. So I like to weigh them out. I find that's just a better way for me to measure them. And yeah, cashews are something that I've always loved, and I just wanted to make sure I could still incorporate. And so I do all the time. Next up is pickles. And finding good pickles like these, oh my gosh, these are my favorite. These are from Costco, but I've seen them a bunch of other places, but these are just plain dill pickle chips. It's 0 points for the serving I use, 5 calories for 5 chips, and there are times I'll just go in and snack on them, but I also love them on sandwiches, on burgers. They make my burgers so much better. I don't know what it is. They're just such good pickles. But yeah, I like to use them as a snack. I add them to burger bowls. I add them to a bunch of different recipes, and I find that it's, again, one of those vegetables that you can add a bunch. It's barely any calories, and it helps to keep you full. Okay, and then the last thing I'm gonna talk about is just Bolthouse. So their dressings. I love Bolthouse dressings. We've tried a few different brands, but we always go back to them. So this is the classic ranch, and then this is the honey barbecue ranch. These are the two that I definitely use the most, and it is 50 calories for 2 tablespoons, or 45 for this one, a gram of protein, and 2 points for the serving of 2 tablespoons. So to me, it's just worth it. It's a perfect dipping sauce. I use it with so many different things, and it's just something that we always have on hand. It's a good low point option because ranch was something that before I would just drink it. Like, I loved ranch. I still love ranch, but to me, this is a good enough replacement that I don't miss the regular high-fat ranch that I used to use. I use this instead, which is a yogurt dressing. So, okay, so that wraps up my top 30 WW must-haves. I'm sure I probably went through those really quickly, but there was a lot I wanted to get through. And I've had people comment that I talk too quickly. If that is an issue actually with my videos, you can actually click the dots in the top screen of your video and change the playback speed to like 0.75 so that it slows me down a little. But like I said, I'm trying to get as much information out as I can in a short amount of time. And so yeah, I hope that helped you guys. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, got some new ideas. It honestly felt kind of like I was doing a grocery haul because this is a lot of the stuff I buy all the time, but I took the time to look at my last video and see what I have kind of changed since then, and really what my top 30 foods are that I incorporate to this healthy lifestyle that I'm creating. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time.